Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is DaRealLegend and we are here with some NBA 2K Mobile. So today we'll be discussing the new players added to the Glassman theme. 2K announced earlier that the Glassman theme has returned. There will officially be no new themes until the NBA playoffs start, so we will be seeing some themes return, and the first one is the Glassman. We're going to break down the stats for the newly added players, which were of Onyx, Diamond, and Pink Diamond rarities. So for each player, we're going to discuss the overall stat average. I'm also adding a few new things to this video where I'm going to rank the player based off their position within their rarity, and I'm also going to rank them overall based off their rarity as well. To explain that, let's jump right into the video. Some really good players that were added and some players that are making a new appearance inside NBA 2K Mobile. Alright, so the first player is a new Pink Diamond for Mr. LeBron James. Glassman LeBron James is officially the #1 Pink Diamond in the game now, and LeBron continues to hold the top spot as the best small forward in the game. LeBron's overall stat average is a 4.9, and as you can see here, he has a 5 in every category for the exception of rebounding. What makes this card even more unique is that it has the prime player ability, which is going to make LeBron an asset and cornerstone on many teams. So LeBron is going to continue being the elite small forward of the game. Now, making a debut inside of NBA 2K Mobile is Chris Bosh, and I'm actually pretty excited about it because if you saw my Legends video, I did mention Chris Bosh, and this is another player that I mentioned as well that we'll talk about. But this is pretty exciting. So Bosh is finally in the game, and he comes in with some decent stats for power forward. His overall stat average is at 3.8. As you can see, Bosh has a lot of 4s, right? But what stands out is a 5 in post scoring. He also has a 4 in mid-range and a 4 in 3-point shot. So those are stats you can easily boost up. And his rebound is a 4 and his defense is a 4. So Bosh has some good potential. The only thing is lacking is his playmaking. So that could be a category you can ignore. And his shoot-off dribble as well. Other than that, Bosh is pretty decent. I'm really excited to see how he turns out. So if you do get some gameplay of Chris Bosh, feel free to submit them to the clips. I will definitely feature them in the video. So Bosh, overall, among power forwards for Pink Diamond, he is ranked 7th. And out of all the Pink Diamonds in the game, Bosh is ranked 30th. Next, we got an upgrade, right? It's been a while that we've seen a new Rondo. This time around, Rondo goes to a Pink Diamond rarity. Rondo's stat average is a 3.9, which is decent for a point guard, right? That puts him in the same tier as Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul. So it's a pretty good group. Rondo excels in playmaking and agility. They're both 5s. Aside from that, he has a 4 in defending, which is good, a 4 in rebounding, which is great for a point guard. Shoot off dribble, layups, and dunks is 4s, along with mid-range shooting and 3-point shot. So if anything, his shooting stats are a little better than what they are in real life. So Rondo is not that bad. Now, as far as Pink Diamonds, Rondo is the 5th best point guard for Pink Diamonds, and he's ranked 27th overall for Pink Diamonds. Now we got a new Scottie Pippen. I know a lot of people been getting Scottie Pippen from the Pink Diamonds, but this time around, some people get an opportunity to get him as well as a Diamond rarity. Scottie's an overall 4.1 stat average. As you can see, his main stats is agility and layups and dunks, coming at a 5. Other than that, he scatters with 4s across the board. I do think Scottie Pippen needs a buff in defending, especially after watching The Last Dance. We know that Scottie was the elite defender on that team. So if he can get a buff in defending and even playmaking, because he was a great passer as well, that would be pretty decent for Scottie. I would even argue to raise his 3-point shot because he was a decent 3-point shooter. At one point, he had the All-Star game record for most 3s in the game. All right, so now as far as Diamonds, Scottie Pippen is ranked 8th overall for small forwards for Diamonds. And as far as his overall, he is the 26th best Diamond in the game. And all these players have prime player. That's why I'm not discussing it. So that adds more value to the players as well. Then we got a new SHAWN KEMP. SHAWN KEMP is rated 4.1 overall stat average. As you can see, he is one of the few players that have a 6 in strength. He has a 5 in defending, a 5 in rebounding, a 5 in agility, a 5 in layups and dunks, and a 5 in post scoring. So you're probably saying why his stats aren't higher. Because he's really, really good in some stats. And some stats he leaves a lot to be desired. He has a 2 in playmaking, a 2 in 3-point shot, a 3 in shoot off dribble, and a 3 in mid-range shooting. So he's very explosive, excellent putback king, incredible dunker. If you use Shawn Kemp right, he is a beast in head-to-head. Now, as far as how he ranks, he is the 7th best power forward for diamonds, and he is the 27th best diamond in the game. Now, here goes a player that I mentioned in my players that needed to be upgraded video, and this is Jaylen Brown. Previously, he had an emerald, so it's nice to see him get a jump to pink dot. It's nice to see him get a jump to diamond. His stats are decent, right? He's not a superstar. He has decent stats as well. He has a 5 in agility, a lot of 4s across the board. The only thing he's lacking is in post scoring, which is a 2, and rebounding, which is a 3. Aside from that, you could do a lot with a build for him. As far as his ranking, he's 8th ranked best shooting guard for diamonds, and he's ranked 40th overall. Now, we're going to discuss the Onyx cards as well, because there was one new Onyx, which is the LaMarcus Aldridge. But there was also, since the Glassman theme dropped, Kevin Garnett's stats were increased as well, so I do want to talk about that. And I also want to highlight KAWHI Leonard, because this is one of the best KAWHI Leonard cards in the game. And we're also going to talk about Wilt Chamberlain, right? So with LaMarcus Aldridge, his overall stat average is a 3.8, which is decent. As you can see, he has a 5 in strength and a 5 in post scoring, but he has some 4s and good stats as well. Layups and dunks, mid-range shooting, 3-point shot, and defending. LaMarcus Aldridge, rank-wise, is 14th best power forward, and he's 56 overall. And this is based off of Onyx players. Then you got KAWHI Leonard, comes in at a 4.3 overall stat average, which is really, really good. As you can see, his stats are elite, right? 5 in shoot-off dribble, 5 in mid-range, 5 in defending, and a 5 in agility. He could get a boost in defending to a 6, because he is one of the best defenders in the game. As far as his position rank, he is 8th overall for small forwards for the Onyx, and then he is 16th overall based off of Onyx players. And you got Wilt Chamberlain coming at a 3.6 overall stat average. Wilt's stats don't do him justice, right? I'll admit that. Right, his stat average is a 3.6, which I want to say is really high for a center, right? Because a center is one of those positions that get really punished on their stats based off their shooting. So like if you can see, his mid-range shooting is a 1, 3-point shot is a 1, shoot off dribble is a 2. Aside from that, this guy is incredible. 5 in strength, 5 in rebounding, 5 in defending, and a 5 in post scoring. And there's so many good Lakers shoes out there that you can boost up a lot of those stats to 6 or 7 easily. So Wilt Chamberlain is a beast, right? As far as his ranking, he's 10th overall for centers for Onyx, and then he's 72nd overall for Onyx players. There's a lot of Onyx cards in the game though. And then for Kevin Garnett, the last time we did a video on Kevin Garnett for the Onyx Glassman, his overall stat average was at 3.5. And I was and I did explain that his stats needed a buff in that video, and it looks like it finally happened. So Kevin Garnett went from a 3.5 to a 4.3, and mind you, this buff happened secretly. It wasn't announced, and it happened over the GOAT theme. That's when I noticed it. One of the best power forwards in the game. He's a 5 in strength, 5 in rebounding, 5 in defending, 5 in post scoring, 5 in mid-range shooting, and then 4s across everything else except 3-point shot, which is a 2. Which, if you really want him to be a 3-point shooter, you can bring it up to a 4 with the right boost. But other than that, you can really focus on the other stats and make him incredible. Like, he's fast, he can shoot that mid-range with ease. Like, Kevin Garnett is super popular head-to-head as well. You see a lot of people running with blockbuster Kevin Garnett. Based off his overall, he is the 4th best power forward, and he's the 17th best overall for Onyx players. So as you can see, these new players are decent, right? There are some gems. And for those of you that missed Glassman the first time around, I am going to break down the stats in tomorrow's video. I'll talk about the older players as well. And then we'll follow up with a few more videos as well that are going to go more in depth to the stats as well. But Glassman was a really good theme. I enjoyed it a lot when it first popped up because I feel like it had really good abilities with the prime player. The card artwork was really great to look at, and it was a good roster as well. Like, overall, it is the 12th best roster that dropped this year for themes, so it's not bad. I appreciate all the support. Please share this with anybody who's looking to find out about the new theme, and I thank you. Catch you on the next video. Peace out.